I'm going to, okay, thank you. Today I'm going to lay foundation for the new batch anyway. So what you need to see within this particular internship anyway. So, and also for those guys that are joining even for free as well. So yeah, we are going to be doing this like every week anyway. It's going to be progression, right? As you can see from the topic, there is CV creation. So at the end of this particular, different sessions, I'm expecting you to create your CV, right? Even if you don't have any, so you start from beginning, you'll be able to create it anyway. So then after you've kind of created your CV, we'll have a session where we are going to do the CV reviews. It could be myself or my team. So we are going to review your CV. Also, there is also going to be how to apply for jobs, where you need to go to, what are the things that you should expect within the job application, and those things like that. So then after that, there will be interview preparations. How do you prepare for interview? What do you need to say at interviews? The do's and the don'ts of interviews. So those are the things that we are going to look out for in this particular session. So, and if you are actually wondering who is talking, my name is DJ Emmanuel. So yeah, so I'll be doing this every week, and there'll be some people also assisting along the line as well. And there's a video I would want you to watch later. So it's kind of like half an hour or 1 hour video. It's one of my good friend actually, right? So I've known him for a while now. So, and we happen to work together, right? Around 2013-ish, actually. So, and he shared his testimony about the first job he got. And one of those things that are so profound was the fact that even though he sat beside me on his first day, and he was telling me later that, did you know that I didn't know how to do Control Alt and Delete, right? When he first started his first job, right? So if you are here, you know Control Alt and Delete, you know what it means, right? So that means you are better off than this particular person. But this person now is an MVP with Microsoft, right? So you can know, yeah, it's even though it's been a while, but there's a hope for everybody. So okay, let's even get, so if you know what Control Alt and Delete is, can you type 1 on the chat? If you don't know, just type 0. Let's see. So if you know what Control Alt and Delete is, so can you type 1 on the chat? If you, yeah, and it's 0 if you don't know. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, brilliant. I think, yeah, most of us actually know what it is actually. So we are actually better off than this particular person, right? So we are better off than him. So he did not know that at all. So, which I think you guys are kind of better. So you should know that if he can do it, then you can as well anyway. So, okay. All right, so that is that anyway. So yes, that's what we are going to look into. So now let's also have a quick survey as well. So if you already have a CV already, so can you type 1? If you don't have a CV, you can type 0. Okay, I've already got a CV. Please type 1. I don't have a CV. I haven't done my CV. You can also type 0. Okay, I have some people. Okay, so there's mix of numbers 0 and 1. So yeah, no CV, updating CV, which is good. Okay, all right. So which is good, actually, brilliant. So, and that is excellent, right? So, what we're going to do here is we're going to start from beginning, actually. Yeah. thinking about the fact that you don't have a CV. So another question also is, if you are already in IT, right? You are working in IT. Maybe you are also working the same role that you are here for, or you are in a different role, but basically you are in IT anyway. So if you can type one, if you're in IT, so IT type one. If you are not in IT, type is zero. Okay. So IT one and is zero non-IT. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, all right. So that is impressive, actually. So we've got a few in IT, which is brilliant to us. So our program is basically for the newcomers in IT. To be honest, most people that apply for a program are newcomers anyway. So one thing that we normally say is we take you from zero to become an hero, actually. So congratulations if you are in that 0 point, right? So yeah, as we go along, you're going to become an hero anyway. And that's what we're going to look into anyway. So, okay. And that is it anyway. So, and normally when I do this session, I go through with my script and everything also. Yeah. So for today, I just want to kind of ask a brief of questions. So what is your objective, right, for this session, right? What is your objective for this session? I'm not talking about the whole session for career development, okay? Career development, you can just put a brief thing anyway. So, okay, maybe at this time, I'm going to yeah, okay. So what's your career? Yeah, what is your objective for the career development? What do you want to see? Okay, why are you here anyway? So if you want to put some chart in there anyway, that would be good anyway. So I can know what I need to focus on. So as I go in, okay.
Sorry, do you want us to just talk or we should just type it on the group?
Just just type it. If you want to unmute and talk, that's fine as well. Anyway, that's okay. So if you want to type it, just type it. I can see people saying upscaling. Yeah, upscaling, that's fine. Gain experience to enter corporate. Yeah, to have better understanding of IT and career change. Yeah, one thing I can say, if you are looking to have a better understanding in IT, maybe this is not the best place. So to be honest, but if it's for career change, yes, right. So because one thing that we want is like we want people that will be able to use the knowledge that we are going to give to you for you to be able to get that particular career change. Because what I found before is that some people just build different career upon career, different role upon role, knowledge upon knowledge, analysis upon analysis. Before you know, they become paralyzed, actually. So we don't want that. That's where when people enter this program, some people say, I want to do 3, I want to do 4, I want to do 5 courses. We kind of stream it into one course, one role, actually, because we want people to use what they learned here to be able to get a job. Okay. So you want to learn how to position myself through my CV to secure a job. Okay, that's good. Switching to job. Okay, to gain thorough interview preparation, settling in tech. Okay, I'm here basically for a career change. That I like that. So to build confidence in my career choice. Okay. So, okay, career change. So I think maybe I should speak about confidence in career choice. Um, I think was Wumi that actually made this analogy, which I think actually right. I like. So it was like some people after you enter this program, you will do some other, you will attend to other in trainings, right? Maybe from Blue Sky or from other organizations. And even within Blue Sky, let's say you enter as a BA and you attend some trainings on Blue Sky for QA or let's say cybersecurity. And you can, oh, I'm not doing BA again, I'm doing cybersecurity or blah, blah, like that. So one thing that would normally say is like sometimes stick with what you thought decided. It probably is the right thing anyway. So because so that you don't start to change here, to be honest, because that's what will happen to some people. Maybe you are already here, you are already thinking, maybe you've not even started, you are even thinking about other role, right? So just stick with what you've decided, actually. So maybe that's another encouragement for someone that you are still in that dilemma to say maybe what I selected is not the right for me. I think technically it might be the right thing anyway. So yeah, to learn zero IT knowledge and change career. Okay, career growth and impact in life. I want to have a full career switch. That is good for career change. That's brilliant. Particularly how to make out a software testing CV at all. I like that. I like this particular person, right? So yeah, Davis, particularly how to make out a software tester CV out of my current electrical engineering CV, because that is so specific, right? Which I think is really good actually, because it shows that you know what you're here for, you know what you need to do. Then when you're actually talking, you already have a focus, so which I think is really important to have. So career growth and development, which is fine. Okay, career change and upskilling. Also for career change, I'm here for career change. I'm here to make an impact as an educationalist, okay, through the IT. Okay, that is a new one for me, actually. So, and I really don't know what that is. Educationalist through the IT. Okay, that is new. That is new for me. So, it's because when I do coach people or mentor people, is for them to pick a role in tech, right? Not to teach or to, yeah. So, but I think that it's a new, but yeah, having said that, most of my people are coaching after they actually got job, they stuck with me as well, and also start to mentor other people, gain practical experience skills that make me sought after business analyst and create CV that sell my skills to potential employer. So that is awesome. That's brilliant. So I think it is good for us to have a goal and then we can achieve it anyway. So that is really brilliant anyway. So, and okay, all right, cool. Okay, all right. So I'm going to stop sharing, then I'll share my full screen so that we can start again. So I would then share some slides. Okay. So today is going to be introductory session, but I'm going to set the background for everything. So, and then from next week, we'll start the CV curation. So I'm going to show a quick CV, like what I'm expecting you to get at the end of the program. So what I'm expecting in a good CV anyway. So, okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think I just put it to full screen so that people can see anyway. So hopefully it's okay. So, okay, this is a snapshot, okay? But one thing that you don't need to worry is the content, okay? I will be talking about where to get the content, but I will be telling you what I need from a good CV, right? So this is an example, right? By next week also, I'll teach you how to get a template as well. So maybe I will be able to do it today anyway. So cool. If you have any question, please you can put it on the chat or on mute at any particular time. So or if you raise your hand, then that also is good as well. Anytime. Okay. So now the first thing you should expect in a CV is your name, right? So this is very, very important. And one thing is like some of us have gone to some career talk show for Caucasian. Well, I think it's going to be different, right? So this is going to be targeted to people of my color that's got the same name as myself or similar name like myself, okay? So if you want, my full name is Adedeji, okay? But people call me Deji, but if you check my passport, this is what you will see anyway. So, and I've been working in the UK since 2007, right? Yeah, I came as a student 2005, so finished 2007. Then since then, I've been working anyway. So, but since then, I've been using this actually, Deji, and no one has ever questioned me to say, "Oh, the name on your passport is different from your name. Why did you shorten it?" The reason I'm saying so is some people has got a name like I'm just apologies for anyone that's got this name anyway. So this is just a made up one anyway. So like for instance, your name is maybe you even have Philip actually. Let's say Emmanuel is your middle name, then you now have Adewale as your last name. So yeah, so most Nigerians as people that I know, you have like 1,001 names, isn't it? When they give birth to you, your grandfather, your grandmother, your great grand, your auntie, your uncle give you different names, isn't it? So, but that doesn't even some of these names we don't even remember. But the only names that you might remember now are the names on your passport, right? So, which could be all these three names. But that doesn't mean that you need to have all the three names on your CV, right? You need to decide, of course, your surname is very, very important. Let's say this is your surname, is very, very important. Then out of the surname, any of these you can use, right? And not only that, you can use a shorter version of them. If you want to decide to say, oh, I want to use a ma, right? And then remove the rest, that is fine. That is fine. So, and if you want to use the first one, right, like you want to say, my name is only Ade, that is also fine. But one thing that I want to encourage you, right, ensure that your name makes way for you, your name makes way for you, and it doesn't prevent you from getting to where you are going. Maybe I should repeat that again. Your name should make way for you. It should not prevent you from getting to where you are going, right? Why am I saying so, right? So for instance, if you put this particular name here, so I bet there's some people on this platform right now that will not even pronounce this name. Let's try. So if you can pronounce this name, can you type 1? If you cannot pronounce it, can you type 0? Right. Let's just have a pool, okay? If you can pronounce, yeah, type 1. If you cannot, type 0. Okay, all right, this is brilliant. I think most people can pronounce this, which is good. Okay, I've got one person only, okay. apparently only Jack. Okay, all right, cool. Unfortunately, Jack will be okay. There's also Dapo as well. Okay, all right, cool. So one thing that I can, okay, I think is it okay. One thing it's yeah, this is even within our right, maybe black minority group actually, right? So you can see a few people that cannot pronounce that. And if you are going to be sending your CV, right, and Caucasian are looking at this, right, how do you pronounce, how do you, yeah, expect them to pronounce it? So what's going to happen is like, they might look at your CV and say, do I need to call this person, right? And I don't want to pronounce this particular name wrongly, right? So in that sense, you might your name is not making ways for you, right? It's actually preventing you, right? So you don't want that anyway. So and rather than doing that, why not just use even most of us, right? We won't have these names. Our friends will not call us, right? Maybe they will call us Olu or Gbemi or something like that. So that is that. So ensure that is a name that people can pronounce. And another thing about names, so sorry, I'm going to talk about that. I have a friend, is an older friend anyway. So yeah, his name is this, right? Because the Caucasian, when he was working, actually find it difficult to pronounce the GB, right? We know that how to pronounce is Boye, right? So yeah, but because of that, it was like, okay, now it bears Boye, actually, right? That is, yeah, that's another thing. And I've also got a friend, actually. So his name is Ibiyemi. So this person, even at work, that's what EBS, actually, EBME. So, and to the extent he had to tell even his colleagues that you have to pronounce my name with the intonation that is there, is EBME, okay, EBME. So, because if you don't pronounce it properly, you might pronounce it as a cost unto you, because this particular three-letter word means different thing with different intonation, right? Because this is EB and this is EB, right? For those guys that don't understand Yoruba, yeah. What exactly is EB? EB is like birth or something like that, but EB is like bathing or something like that. So Yemi is I'm worthy of birth. EB Yemi, I'm worthy of this birth. Okay. And EB Yemi or EB Yemi is yeah. So bad thing is going to happen to you. It kind of explained to them. So and when they come to his decks, they will be Omid is what? Ibiyemi, and they'll say it, right? So why I'm saying that is like, it's not, yeah, if you are already in the work, you already got the job, right? You can decide for them to call you anything, right? Anything, right? You see a lot of footballers, some of their names are even difficult to pronounce, but they've already made their names, they've already made it, so that's fine. So, or there's also even like Max, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but eventually, it's, yeah, that what is it. Thank you, Bode, for that, yeah. So, okay, all right, so that is what I am actually saying. So, for instance, if you are Drogba, right, you don't care, to be honest, right? Drogba is Drogba, right? So you don't even need to say that you call you draw out because they can't pronounce the ba. Do you get it now? They will be forced to pronounce it. But at this time, since you are not Drogba, right? So I would say, yeah, go with caution. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Having said that, so I'm gonna go back to how it was. So okay. All right. So, and also some of us has got some English names as a middle name, even though it's not the first one that they call us. I would say just use that anyway. So one thing I would say, I want to also mention my wife as well anyway. So this is her name. Okay. Even though the name is simple for some people to pronounce, yeah, right? So when she first started applying, when Caucasian actually tried to pronounce it, let's just try. What do you think Caucasian will pronounce this name? So anyone that wants to try? Anyone?
Oluseyo.
Olushayo.
Okay, all right.
Oluseyo.
Olusoyu?
Okay, all right. So you are getting there. Okay. Because they couldn't pronounce it very well.
Shayo.
So you change it to this so that this is simple, right? Do you know what they pronounce this one?
Seyo.
Thank you. So they say O. But it's not say O, but it's Shayo, right? So because of that, she's got a baptismal name, right? That's where you guys will now be hearing that. So that's the history I'm telling you. Her baptismal name is Patricia. So, but sometimes she corrects me now. So because this is her first name, right? But this is her middle name. Now, when I want to write her name right now, sometimes I write Patricia as a first name. And she said, no, that's not my first name. My first name is Olushaya. So because right now, when she first started to apply, so she now to change it to Patricia. And then it was when, it was easy for Caucasian to pronounce. She said to get a lot of call compared to before anyway. So, but I'm just trying to tell you some instances, some pitfall that you think, yeah, I've created my CV, I don't get calls, your CV is good and it's brilliant, but it might not because the content of the CV, it might be as simple as the beginning of your CV, which is because if no one sees any part of your CV, this is very, very important. Okay, hope that is okay. And apologies for, I know I've done this before. Someone was saying, oh, my name is my name. I'm proud of your name. That is also well, it's good. Anyway, so I don't say you should change your name. My name is Adedeji. It's a pride, it's a joy. I'm from a royal family, like King Charles or Prince Williams. Yeah, I'm also a prince as well. So, but I bear Deji anyway. So that's what my friends call me. Even at work, they call me Deji. But sometimes people call me Ade. It's been a while. Yeah. Even when I put my full name Ade Deji, they'll see, well, what do you want to be called? Right. I say, okay, Deji is fine. Ade is fine. So, and even for Caucasian, right? So even some of their names, as in you see Timothy, right? I'm just saying like that. They will see shorten it, right? Right. To say, call me Tim, right? And Steven, actually, right, will ask to be called Steve, right? So it's something that we just need to know that, yeah, in the society that we're in, people are lazy, right? We just want to have a simple, easy name, right? So, yeah. So, okay, all right, let's move on, right? So the next thing is your address, okay? As you can see, I've just put this number address. I've just put it. Hopefully there's no address like that. So yeah, the next thing is your address. One, people will argue that, okay, why do I need to put my address? Because recruiters want to know where you live in relationship to that particular job, right? If a job is in, let's say, in Edinburgh and you live in Scotland, it's okay, right? So, and if you live in London, they might not call you. Maybe that's another excuse not to put your address. But in this era of remote working, so you don't want to, if you are in the UK, put your address in the UK. You are better off than people living overseas that want to apply to a remote job in the UK. So that's another thing. I would advise you to put your address, right? So even if you are not comfortable putting the full address, right, you can just put like Craze Road, Crayford. Do you get it now? So because you're not the only one, unless it's only one house in Craze Road, right? So then they know that this is where you live. Okay. So, but there's a lot of houses in Craze Road, isn't it? So, and you can just put that, leaving the number, or even if you are still not comfortable, yeah, I think Crayford with your postcode is okay, right? So that they can be able to know yeah, where you live. And that is my own opinion anyway. Then another thing is your telephone number, okay? So put your telephone number, okay? So, and please, this is very, very important. If you're in the UK applying for UK job, okay, do not put 44, right, like that, okay? It just shows that maybe you're not in the UK, or you're applying for some roles outside UK. There's no point, to be honest. So if you are in the UK, remove the 44, okay? All right. So, and the next one is your email address, okay? So I know some people will just put something like that. So say, this is my email address, this is my telephone number, or like that, okay? So, and that also is fine if you want to do that, just to differentiate that anyway. So, and this is your address, okay? So, and the next one that you might want to put is your LinkedIn anyway. So quickly, I think I'll put my LinkedIn now. So, okay, this is my own LinkedIn. Okay, so which I'm going to just put like that. Oh, okay, that's fine. So, and one thing is, I also, because I've been doing for a while anyway, I can see some faults or some issues that people do within LinkedIn, within their CVs. So please do not do something like this. I know some people do that. They say LinkedIn, and then you will then put, let's see, link. So sorry. So you then put the
Really exciting, both equally intense, wild, irrational, and instinctive reaction.
So if you now put the LinkedIn like that, right? So, and you think, oh, yeah, the upper link is there. So, which is fine, but it's not totally fine. The issue with this is, like, if your CV is printed without you putting this, that is kind of in itself useless, okay? Because no one, I know you think the recruiter also is going to be putting their mouse trying to click. So I wouldn't do that. So it's better for you to put the full link, okay? So that they can see it, and even if you want to copy and paste, they can do that, which is fine. Okay. All right. So I think someone is asking, what about the people outside the UK? We still leave the address out. So if you're outside the UK, I think it depends on your strategy, right? So are you trying to apply for a job in your country where you are? Okay, that's one question that you need to answer. So if you are going to apply for a role in the country that you are in, then maybe address is okay for your country, right? So if you are not applying for a role in that country, right, you're applying for UK, right? Of course, there's some companies that would do recruit from wherever you are. So on that note, to be honest, it's 50-50. You can just leave the address, to be honest. It won't do anything anyway. So because they will ask you, where are you? And you can tell them, yeah, I'm in Nigeria, or I'm in the US, or something like that. So yeah. So, but if you're applying for the same place and you are in, so I'll say you should put your address anyway. So if that's okay. So, okay. All right. So the next one is for people in the UK. Yeah. And you, okay. And also you've got the same name like myself, like that. Okay. So what happens now is, when they see, some of the recruiters some of them see this particular name, or they say, okay, is a Nigerian. Probably he hasn't got the documentation to work. He hasn't got anything. Let me not waste my time on him, on her. Do you get it now? So because of that, so you want to kind of, yeah, if you are British, okay, please put it there. And they say boldly and let them see, okay, that you are British. So you don't require any authorization. If you are not British, right? So let's say you are not British, you got indefinite leave to remain. I will put authorization to work in the UK, and you put indefinite leave to remain. Okay, so if you don't have indefinite leave to remain, but you are not actually restricted, right? You can also write do not require authorization. That is if I can spell do not require authorization to work in the UK. That is what I will put at the top, right? So, okay, I will then bold this one. So then this one will be gone. This is only for, yeah. So if you're not any of this, right? So I will just leave it blank, okay? Let's say you're a student, you are blah, blah, like that, okay? Or you'd require authorization or something like that. Or you are looking for sponsorship, blah, blah, like that. So I will just leave it blank, okay? Don't say, oh, don't now put it and say require sponsorship, right? So that, I don't think that is good for you. Another thing I want to say today, right? Even if you haven't got anything, you haven't got anything from what I said thus far, right? You need to know the rules of CV creation, right? At every particular point that you are creating your CV, right? You need to ask yourself, what I'm adding to my CV, is it going to add to my image, right? Or is it going to subtract from my image? Is because you know your CV is your marketing banner, right? So as you are creating, is it going to boost my image, or is it going to subtract, or is it going to limit my chances? You need to be asking that at every particular time. Every letter that you put, you need to be asking, is it going to boost my chances, or is it going to reduce my chances, right? If you're adding your address, is it going to boost your chances? Is it going to remove your chances? Adding your LinkedIn, your name and everything, that is a rule of thumb. You need to be asking yourself every time as you are adding it, as you are typing every letter. This is very, very important. Okay, now we've kind of covered the header. Okay, the next one that I'm going to talk about is now profile. Okay, so your profile page, that your profile text, which is this is very, very important. And I will guess that you don't know how to write it, okay? So one thing, I will tell you some of the secrets that you could use and how to write a good profile page. But one thing you need to do is, after you've written it, ensure that or after you've got what I'm asking for, so you need to ensure that you edit and make it your own, right? So hold on, I'm going to share my. Okay, all right, cool. I'm going to bring. Okay. Can you see my LinkedIn? Right. Okay. No, I think let me stop sharing. Okay. Can you see the LinkedIn profile? Okay, cool. Thank you. So now this is my own LinkedIn profile, actually. So why am I saying this anyway? I was sharing this with you. So if you want to create your own profile, right, you could also look at other people's profile on LinkedIn, right? What they wrote in their about us, and you can get some insight in there, right? So and you can, yeah, so you just go and search for a business analyst or quality assurance or tester and see what they wrote in their LinkedIn. That is one way to do that. Okay. So for instance, I've written this anyway. So if someone kind of got a similar profile like my own or want to do similar profile like my own, you can put that. So as you can see, also, I've also put some of my work, right, that I've done thus far in on my profile as well anyway. So that is that. So another way to do that is to go to ChatGPT. So I just quickly do this one now. A profile summary for a business analyst on a CV. And this is what it brought for me, actually. So I can do the same thing and say profile summary for a Scrum Master for my CV. So I can even increase it, write a 2 paragraph, add 2 paragraph. Write 2 paragraph profile summary for my CV. So as you can see, that is that. So, and if you also want to for a junior DA. So that is that, as you can see. So, okay, so now what I'm going to do, copy that, right? So, and put that on my CV. Can you be muted, please? Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm going to replace that with this one. All right. Okay. Now, so you can then make it your own anyway. So it's very, very important. I mentioned this as well. When you are copying and pasting, right, onto your CV, right now I have copied, and you can see this particular, yeah, let me not say everybody knows, right? Because you want to maintain the same format and the same font of your CV. So in the process of copy and paste, ensure that you click on this and you now say text only. You can see now it's now normal text that I was using before. So, or another way to do it is to, so let me delete this one. So now I can say paste with text only. So that is what you need to do so that you don't just copy and paste. Okay. So ensure that you do that. Okay. So now dedicated certified Scrum Master. So of course, we're going to talk about this later, or what is certified, or you need to get certified. Is if you are certified Scrum Master, is good. But if you are looking to get certified, so I would tell you also, we have alliance with an organization that do certifications as well. So if you go to their site, you would get the certification for £450. So it's Scrum Study. If you go to their site, just go to Scrum Study, Scrum Study. So yeah, Scrum Study certifications. They do different Agile training or Scrum Master training and blah, blah. So, and if you check their certification, let's say Scrum Master certification, it's the Scrum Master certification, okay? And you check that, so that is 450 USD, right? So, but they've given us some vouchers. If we are interested, this would give it for you for £150. £150. But if you go directly to them, you get it for 450. Anyways, because of what we do. So okay, all right, cool. So that's that. So you got certified Scrum Master with your proven record of successful leading Agile team to delivering blah blah with. So now this is very, very good anyway. So if you, yeah, because some of you have got transferable skills in your role, which is fine. So you want to put that in there. So if you don't have more than 5 years experience, I would kind of, let's say, for instance, now, this is saying number of years of experience. Let's say it's 5. Anything above 5 is good anyway. So that's fine. So, but that if you don't have that number of years experience, okay, so what I would do is I would just be silent about that, because of course, so they will say, oh, you need 2 years or 3 years. They normally say that as well in some of the roles. Yeah, so you just say with experience in agile management, blah blah. That's what you need. So with strength, and yeah, just kind of edit and change it. So yeah, so that's what you can do anyway. So okay, any question? So I'm going, I think this is where I'm going. So the next,
Sorry.
okay,
Can
all
I-
right, please go ahead.
Okay, so briefly, you've answered one of the things I wanted to ask, which is the years of experience, like for people that have little or no experience, what do they put? But I think you just mentioned that. Then the second one I want to say is for the certification, the
I
Scrum
can't hear
study.
you again.
Sorry,
that
the second
on
one,
me
the second
or-
question I want to ask is regarding the certification. Is it only Scrum certification that they do, or they do for other fields as well?
Sorry, I lost you a bit.
Hello? I said for the certification. Can you hear me, sir?
No, I can hear you now.
Like I said, for the certification, that is it only for Scrum Master, or they do for other fields as well?
Oh, okay, all right. It's not only for Scrum Master. Okay, so if I go back there quickly, right? So if you can see this, yeah. So you have all these certifications, right? So but it's only for Agile anyway. So, but most companies would work in Agile. So even if you are not Scrum Master or you are a BA, you should also do certification in Agile, because you go for an interview, they will ask you, have you worked in Agile before? And yeah, I've worked in Agile before. I'm also certified as well. Yeah, so for a tester, you could do Scrum development certification, because as a tester within Agile, you are a developer. Actually, that's what you are called. So, and as a BA, you could also do Scrum product owner certification as well. And yes, so I think these are all the certifications that they have. And if you want to become an expert or product owner, scale agile, yeah. So those are the certifications they've got. You can look into that. I think they've also got some free resources that you can also check as well. Yeah. So, and another thing also, you could also do this Scrum's foundation certification as well, which is totally free anyway. So you can do that. It's totally free, and you can also download the book, which is really, really a great book actually for those ones that want to have it anyway. Yeah. So, but if you want to get their exams, we got, yeah, we got alliance with them anyway. Their certificate is also really, really good anyway. So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So now, okay, I think in terms of CV, so I'm going to stop there for a moment. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do before next week is to kind of start creating your CV. Okay. So like do the header, put the summary. So then the next is your education and certification that you have, right? So, and you can put whatever you want. So if you like in my own case, right? So I don't know why I show my CV again, but you can see where the certification is. Yeah. So you can, this is an example anyway. So yeah. So you can just put, and here's the certification. Okay, all right. So this one's anyway. So you can see I've also done their Scrum Master certification as well, even though I have done one many years ago anyway. So okay, so yeah, so you can just put, when you check my CV, you will see all the certifications in there as well anyway. So one thing, certification is good, but it's not that important anyway, right? But I think it's really, really good to get certified. It just shows that you know what you know, and the experience is more important than certifications in the UK anyway. So okay, all right, so you put the education and certifications there, right? And the next thing is your skills and ability. So we're going to talk about this later. So that's the reason that you are here. Okay. So before now, what you could do is just go and look at what are the skills and the technical skills that I require for my role, right? You can get those one ready. Okay. I will show you how to get them next week when we meet. Okay. So the next one is the skills that you require. So I can see also here, I have broken this in columns. Okay. So you can also do that as well. So let me reduce this so that, okay. So I think you can, so just search, I'll show you how to do these columns next week anyway. So, and this is also in 2 columns as well. So you can also do the same thing. And I think it's out, isn't it? So layout. Yeah. So you just go to layout and click on columns. If I want to change that 3 columns, that is 3 columns. So you just need to go to layout. So once you have, so that you don't have everything going down like that. If you have a different list, it's good to do something like this, right? So you put them in 3 columns like that. So could you imagine that I put all this one like that? So yeah, so you can put them in 3 columns, which I think is next one is going to be your experience. But yeah, so you need to put your role, the company that you work for, and the date. I'll propose this order, okay? I'll propose this order. Then after that, what does the company means? What did they do? You put a brief description about that particular company, right? If you're using Blue Sky, so you should go into about Blue Sky and check what that is then. Then after that, responsibility. What I saw before, some people will write their CV without putting responsibility. They will remove this, right? So don't do that actually. So let it be there, responsibility, and then you list responsibility for your role and the project that you worked on as well. Okay. And you list the project and then the technical skills as well. If there's any achievement, you put that. So you repeat that for all the courses, all the roles rather that you have. So we're going to look at this again. So I'm only showing this for people that want to go ahead to start creating their CV. So this is the format I will propose that you have, right? So as you can see, I will go through that quickly. Your name at the top with all this header, your profile, maybe 2 paragraphs, right? Then after that, your education and certification, okay? And one thing I can say also, okay, I think it's fine anyway. So then your skills and ability, your technical skills, and I will even say technical skills and tools, as even there as well. So, and tools. Then after that, your soft skills for your role, and then experience. Okay. If you can, okay, this is very, very important. Ensure that at least, let me remove that one. Delete. So the reason I'm deleting that is like, if you can ensure that this starts from the first page, everything there is on your first page. Okay. So if you can do that, so everything that you have in there should be on the first page, so that your first page is your like a profile page, and the rest is basically, yeah, that. Okay. And this is, I think this is just duplicate, just for example, anyway. Okay, so I will remove that. Okay, so this is something I would want you to do, right? So all this should fit into one page, and then your experience will start from second page. So then after that, you would then put the projects after you put your responsibilities. Ensure that you have at maybe 10 to 15 responsibilities anyway. So then you have your projects and you have your technical skills. So I've just taken a lot of time to explain this. Then what you just need to do is just replicate it for the other roles as well as you go along. Okay. Any question? Okay.
Yes, please. I
Okay,
have a
please.
question. For those of us that, have not been into the IT world, in our experience, are we still supposed to just write the normal jobs that we did before going into the internship, which is this internship? Should we put it among our CV?
Okay, so that is a good question. So, oh, okay, 1 minute. Someone said I should put the link here. So, okay, okay, I'm not sure whether you are talking about LinkedIn, my LinkedIn link anyway, but okay. So, okay, yeah, thanks. That's a good question. So, one thing that I can tell you is like for those guys, if you are coming to the internship, it's going to be an experience anyway. So, I would expect you to put blue sky like that, okay? So starting from when I think we've started the intro from April, right? If it's not March anyway, April 2024 to present. Which could be a contract because it's only for 3 months anyway. Okay. All right, cool. So then what you expect to, like I said, look at for about us on the webpage, right? Blue Skies, citadel.org, right? You can go in there, but don't just copy and paste because everyone will be copying and pasting it, okay? Make it your own and everything. So yeah, then after that, this will be your responsibility. For now, which I'm very sure you might not know what you are going to do, right? So, and I would say that you should go to ChatGPT, right? So let's say I go back here and I say, which we're going to look at next week anyway. So responsibility. Sorry, what's your role, please?
DA.
Okay, responsibility of a data analyst. So let me. Okay, as you can see, that is what you just need to do, right? So of course, without the, what's it called? You don't need to have the numbers. So, and then let's assume I've got another one here, so which I'm going to, okay, let me just paste it here anyway. So So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I just copy that. Then I will change that to say, okay, now is a DA. Let's say this person is a junior D data analyst. So yeah, you can, maybe it's for Blue Sky. Okay, and you can just put whatever you want anyway. So from let's say that is March. So then this is just an example. I'm going to correct that. Anyway, so now responsibility, I've just copied that, okay? So which I'm going to remove, right? So, and I'm going to put the one I copied. So I'm going to, okay, there you go. So that is what I've copied. So the next thing that you need to do is just look at it, right? And you can, yeah, and you can look into that and ensure that. So one thing that you could also do, which we're going to look at, is how to write a better way, a better ChatGPT stuff anyway. So for instance, now you can see what I wrote. I can expand that and say you should put with key achievements, numerical. And you can see here now, it's putting some figures, some amounts, you can see. So, which I think is really, really good, actually. So you can see, blah, blah, so the same way as a keyword, as a BA, you can do the same thing as well. And yeah, so, okay. So you can do this in retro, actually. So, okay, because during this particular internship, you will learn how to collect data, cleanse data, process data anyway. You will learn how to, yeah, perform expert data analysis as well. So data modeling in some other things also, statistical analysis, and some of those you'll be exposed to as well. Reporting, dashboard visualization, you will work within a team as well anyway. So, and let me look at that. Okay, building pipelines of data and workflow. Of course, I think you do this in a little way anyway. Of course, you will have, yeah, so I think that also is fine anyway. Identify opportunity and data quality improvement, yeah, that also is fine. So machine learning, but of course you might not do machine learning, but you do best practice in data analysis and data visualization skills. You would also know how to define your KPI. So you can see you would go through most of the things in here before the internship ends anyway. And to be honest, this is another thing that you can also be talking to your tutor or mentors that this is what on my CV, we need to cover this. Do you get it now? So you start talking to them, they will be telling you, oh, you're going to cover it, you are not going to cover it. So the same way applies to all the roles, okay? So once you have it there, they will tell you, oh, we're going to cover this, we are not covering this, so that if it's on your CV, is that you go and learn what you put in there, or you remove it. So hope that answers your questions.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, cool. Adalisa.
Good evening. Thank you for this. My question is, what font do you advise is the best to write our CV?
Okay, that is a good question, actually. So, and which I intend to cover next week, but I will show you something quickly, right? So, okay, all right. I think I can do this.
I'm sorry, I still have one more question while you're at it.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. So let me first address this quickly. So I'll share my screen, right? So initially I wanted to do this. Okay, if you can see my screen, right? This is a Word document actually. So this is a Word document. What you need to do, maybe I'll start from this next week anyway, but so just go to File, okay, and click on New, right? New file, okay. So or you go to Templates anyway. So let's go to the More Templates, okay. When you go to More Templates, search for CV or resume, anyone, okay. So once you go there, let me expand this now. Okay, so you can select any templates. Next week, I'm also going to show you a website that you could use as well. But to be honest, even this is sufficient, I would say. So in the UK, you don't put pictures on your CV, okay? And also you don't put age, you don't put date of birth. And I know some country, maybe you need that anyway. So yeah, so you don't use this one. I know some people use this column. This is not what I fashion on my own, because sometimes it's just kind of waste of space if your CV is long. If you want to do only 2-page CV, maybe this is good anyway. But if you have a lot of experience and then after that, this column is wasted. So if you can scroll down, right, to select the one that you have. I think this is the one I used now. You can select all those ones, anyone like that. So which is fine. But one thing that I can say is like, try to select the one that don't have more than 2 colors, right? 1 color is enough, but 2 is still okay. But if it's more than 2, then I don't think it's really, really good, right? So that's what I can say. So for instance, if I go with this one now, so then you can go and say create, right? The only thing with this one is it's got the education and everything. Yeah, you just put everything. So with the font now, you don't need to worry about the font. You just need to carry on with the font that is there, right? So that's what I will propose, right? Because yeah, this font is different from the font I used for the other one, but just select a template, then go with the font. So when you are copying and pasting things, copy and paste it as a text only, so that the font is retained. Okay. Hope that is okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right. What's the second question?
Okay, so the second question is, you made mention, I know maybe the question will come up next week again, but I just felt I should ask now before I forget. You made mention that when we are putting the duration on the Blue Sky, on our experience on Blue Sky, is going to be April 2024 to present. Okay, so what happens after, maybe months after we are done with the internship and we've not yet secured the place?
Okay, that's a good question. That's one of the questions I answer at the end of the program. And it's happening at the beginning anyway. It shows that you're actually thinking, hopefully you got your job anyway. That is the first thing I'm praying that you do get, okay? So, but you know that some people will take a while. I think maybe, I know some people might take a whole year. Even some people can take 2 years anyway within the program. So, but one thing I can tell you is like, this internship is for 4 months, right? Even though it's been advertised as 3 months, okay? We will give you reference for 3 months if you get your job. But if you don't get the job, right, we have a follow-on program, right, that you can be on, right? The program is there, right? Once you enter the program, is a lifetime membership, right? So unless you said, I'm not doing again, or you're tired, or you don't do what we asked you to do, then you will leave. So most of the mentors that you are going to meet on this program are on there, actually. And virtually most of them already got jobs, but they are still there, right? Which shows that there's something that gaining on that program as well. So because within the program, we also support people that have got the jobs as well. So you got a job, you are struggling, you bring it into the team, we look at it together, we support each other. It's a network of professionals, right? So, and once you enter, yeah, you can be there forever. And I know some people have been there for 9 years or thereabouts anyway. And they are still kind of benefiting from it anyway. So yeah, So if you have not got a job after that, that also is open to you to enlist for anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so if I understand what you meant, that means if you go for that program, then your present is still your present until you get the job.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, cool. Miracle?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Teji. Thank you. The first question I want to ask is,
sorry, Miracle, 1 minute. Juliet and Olawumi, hope I'm not disturbing anything. I know I'm supposed to finish at 9 o'clock.
No, you're not disturbing anything. However, we were waiting for you to do pastoral care. You forgot.
Okay, which I'm going to do in a moment. It's not going to be long anyway. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank
All
you.
right, cool. All right, thank you. Okay, all right.
We talked about we not making our name complex. Our surname, if our surname is complex, are we to leave it like that too?
Okay, yeah. Okay, that is a good question, actually. But your surname is your surname, to be honest. There's nothing they can do about that. And do you know another thing? Just look at it in a way, right? So right now, you put your name here as Miracle, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess that is your name, right?
Yes.
And you didn't put your surname, right? And the same way, if a recruiter wants to call you, they will call you, am I speaking to Miracle, right? They will not say, am I speaking to Mr. blah, blah, blah. Do you get it now? The reason I was talking about is because to make it easy to pronounce. Do you get it now?
Okay.
Yeah, your name will still be your name. They will not come and call your surname. They'll call your first name. Do you get it now? So that I think that's the idea anyway. Yeah.
Okay. The second question is, Parvesha will finish with this, with the internship, and we're applying for a job since most of us are starters in the IT industry. Are we just to put our experience within the 4 months, or we can put experience of other jobs we've done outside IT if we're looking for a job in IT?
All right.
On our
So
CV?
one thing, yeah, that's a good question, right? So, and this also depends on people, right? I've spoken to people before. They said, "Oh, I'm here and I've given myself target of 2 years." Do you get it now? That is one person. So some will say, "Okay, I'm not in a rush, right? I'm here. I'm gonna give myself 2 years target or 3 years target, and will happen." And some people already are on a different visa, right? Now maybe you're on like what they call on care visa or something like that. You know you cannot switch, but right now you know that you got 3 years on this visa, right? So you are also looking. So that 3 years, what are you going to do? Some of them will be on the program I mentioned now. Do you get it now? Gathering that experience as they go along. Do you get it now? And when the time comes, they already have their experience anyway. They don't even need to put anything. That's fine. But of course, some people already have experience before Blue Sky, okay? So I think that in two folds, some people already got IT experience that are related to the job, right? That one is easy. They just put it anyway. That's okay. Some people already got experience in IT, but it's not related to what they are doing, right? So that also is easy because what you need to look at is, so I am in IT, but it might not be core IT. Maybe you're in banking, but you are still using computer. You are still doing anything with computer. Do you get it now? But within that role, whatever you are doing now, do you see similarities in what you've done before with what you've done now, right? So it could be that, yeah, now they're asking us to do daily stand-up, but in my previous work, I don't do daily stand-up, but we do daily meeting, right? Yeah, that is just technical terms. Do you get it now? Whether you call it meetings or stand up or sit down or bend down, it's still a meeting. Do you get it now? Do you do reports at the end of that? Do you get it now? Have you involved in writing reports? Let's say, Miracle, what role are you doing?
Warehouse operatives.
Sorry?
Warehouse operative.
Okay, warehouse. So, but in this internship, what is your role?
Okay, project management.
Project management, okay, which is fine. So as a warehouse operative, right, Do you involved in managing people, right? Or in managing colleagues? Do you get it now? Do you involved in having a project? And I know your tutor is very, very good. It's going to expose your eyes to lots of things, right? Because he's even like saying your day-to-day activities in itself is a project, right? Even for you to come to this program is a project. Do you get it now? So it's now going to expose you to some terminologies that you can now relate to within your work. Say, okay, what I am actually doing is actually a project. I am actually a project manager for myself. Even your life, you're a project manager for your life. Do you get it now?
Yes.
So it's now looking into that and then looking at the terminologies or technical words to use to kind of put that out there. Do you get it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Adejoke, please.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you for your time.
No.
My question is, you said about the CV that we have to do our CV and get it ready before next week. And my question is, about the LinkedIn, what about those like me? I have one before, but I deleted it. And am I to create another one, or to just have, or you just want to see how I made the CV, or is that what the CV for, or I need to create LinkedIn and put it on the CV before next week? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah. I would advise everyone to get a LinkedIn account, right? For instance, and this is the best time to get it if you haven't got it, actually. The reason I can tell you is that because you are going to be working with almost like 20 people at least, right, within your team. So what's going to happen? You can start from there, right? Create a LinkedIn profile, share within your colleague, okay, right, within the team, and let them start to follow you. Do you get it now? So
Okay.
I think that's another thing that maybe I'll speak to Olawumi as well. Maybe we can expand it to everybody so that at large, what you're going to have is like going to have more people following you quickly, right? Because you are in the program. Do you get? So that's
Oh,
one. So get one quickly, right? So that you can, yeah, you can do that. So then the second thing is your CV. Try as much as possible to get something before next week, right? This program is practical. This is not a program that you go and you tell people that I don't know what I did in that program. I just wasted my time. It's not going to happen on this program because whether it's going to be by force or by anything, you're going to do something.
okay, I like that.
Yeah, no, that's just it, right? And as we are forcing you to do something, some people will be dropping out. Some people that don't want to do things, right, will be dropping out. And because it's not a program for lazy people or busy people, right, in code, right, or even busy people, really busy people that don't have the time because there'll be a lot to do, right? So, and at the end of this, you're going to have your CV created, reviewed as well. Of course, you are going to do it yourself. I can see now, even if you just copy and paste what I've done, your CV is done for you. Do you get? I've just kind of literally copy and paste from different websites. Do you get? So, and that's what I'm expecting people to do. Then after that, we'll review your CV, right? So it's a place of doing. You have to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and also, concerning on the LinkedIn, you have to put your experience. Should I leave that column, or I should put the little one I had previously in it?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
I mean, on the LinkedIn, you have to put experience of your past or of your previous job. So should I put that on the LinkedIn, or I should leave that column till I finish the internship? Then I will properly put everything in place. Then is it
So
better?
you're talking about previous role, right?
Yes.
Okay. So of course you need to put those ones in there, isn't it? Right.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you need to put those ones anyway. So of course you can put Blue Sky as the present one anyway, as to present. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
cool. Ijeoma, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Good.
My question really is, you know how some people have had a long years of experience, for someone like me, I would say from 2009 and up to now. So how many years would you say is practical to put on your CV, especially if the roles that you've done before don't pertain to where you are now and where you plan or where you're headed to?
So I think that's a good question. There's no there's no set that I do upon this in Blue Sky that this question will not will, will not come up every time. They're going to say, okay, how many years do I need to put on a CV? But one thing I will not, this, and to be honest, it's not going to be the last time that this question will be asked as well. So it's going to be asked again. And one thing I found out is like some people are looking for a specific answer, right? And they are not getting it right. I'm not saying you, I'm going to address everybody, right? So they are looking for a specific answer, but they will not get it right. Do you get now? But a word they say is enough for the wise. One thing that I can tell you, right, based on my experience, what I've known people, it's all boils down on you, what you are willing to sacrifice, right? What is that thing that you're looking for? So I can tell you, some people will say, okay, maybe look into, if you're already working, that's easy. For you that you've got a career break, right? You just need to have a lot of sacrifice to say, okay, I want to give myself 2 years, right? So that I can, know what I need to know, because I don't have any experience. That is one way to look at it. The second way to look at it is like, there's still some organizations that are employing people that don't have experience. If that's not the case, then university will not be graduating fresh graduates. Do you get it now? So fresh graduates are still getting jobs, okay? The only thing is the salary may not be up to if you have 3 years or 5 years experience. Do you get it now? So those are the sacrifices that you have to make, right? I've seen some of my intern that trained also only put 3 months there. And I think she got a job of 20, is it 25 with maybe, what's the name of this company? This company with Richard Brixton, what's his name anyway? So I've forgotten. Virgin. No, the other one anyway. So she actually got this particular role with only 3 months CV. Do you get it now? And it depends on what you really, really want. And I see it's not only one, there are few of them as well. Do you get it now? So you can, get a job even without any experience if you do kind of put your CV properly for these 3 months that you got right now. Put this is what I've learned, this is what I know, this is where I'm working. Then of course it's also possible, but of course it's going to be challenging. Let me tell you so as well. Anyway, so but it is not that it is impossible, right? That's what I can tell you. So, but I won't tell you to go and lie on your CV. Unfortunately, you will not hear from me actually. So, but everyone is free to do whatever they want to do on their CV. Hope that clarifies the questions.
Yes, it does. It's just that some people will just say, oh, you have three pages, you have this, you have that. I'm like, okay, what's the number of pages someone is supposed to have on their CV? And how many years are you likely to have, especially if you're doing a career switch right now? So I just wanted to get some clarifications.
No, to be honest, it's not by number of pages actually. So, and even if you are talking by number of pages, even if you have 3 months, right, you can have 3 pages, right? It's possible. What you just need to do is to put a lot of responsibilities, right, that you do within the internship. And if you want to write 3 pages of responsibility, you will see them. You will be able to write them because you're going to do a lot within the internship, right? So it's not by number of pages. Do you get it now? So it's how rich your CV is, right? How you're able to also go for an interview or speak to a recruiter and say, yeah, I had a career break, right? I'm coming back to work now. And also have a good story while you had career break. Or you don't want to even talk about career break. I am new into the market. I've only got 3 months, but I'm willing to learn, right? So basically, you are telling them, okay, I've only got 3 years 3 months experience, and if you give me opportunity, I'm going. It also mean that you will not get a good salary compared to if you add 3 years anyway or 5 years, do you get it now? But it's something that you should sacrifice for. Do you get it now? Because what you tell people, I tell people, I say, so if you can imagine that within 3 months you are able to get a job and it pays this amount, what happened in the next 5 years? Look at that. Do you get it now? So and you know that, yeah, the sky is just the beginning anyway. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay. I think someone was raising their hand. Maybe I've answered your question along the line. Is that or not?
Yes, my question has been answered.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Sometimes I talk a lot anyway. So all right. So I think we can stop this one here right